I managed to drop Darkbeast early on in the campaign, and I saw this skill and thought, wow, that's perfect, right? Except if you've used this, you kind of know how weird it is. You know that it, like many things in this game, especially with this fucking character, it's bugged. It does damage half the time. The other half the time it doesn't. Um, of course, you could use like an overcharge SMG and proc like 10 of these, and then just pop all of them and do probably a lot more damage than you would with this. But I mean, Dark Beast is fun. Like I dropped it early on in the campaign, like I said, and I dropped this early on too, and I thought, wow, I could really do something here. I just have vibe check on. I would ideally want desecration, but I'm just not max level yet. Here's my build video, not max level. Again, I want to make this as like a blueprint. Maybe other people could add on to this, or there could be some ideas here because Tanner Lindbergh pointed this out. Great channel, by the way. You should go sub to him, even if he's completely retarded about a certain opinion. Skill-based matchmaking. You should ask him about that and see what he says. But otherwise, he's a great content creator. But he pointed out, very promptly that a lot of these guys are just paid by Mobalytics and what's the other one? Maxroll. And, they're competing companies, and so they're constantly paying people to just make slop. And so I wanted to put something on YouTube that was like creative and not just like here's how to do one shot bleed, because I mean anybody could fucking do that, right? So yeah, let me just show the build in action. I'm sure you can kind of get the gist of it. I'm stacking fire rate, I'm stacking bleed, the Dark Beast intrinsic procs these like big kind of explosions that would pair greatly with Grave Harvest. It spawns like its own kind of Grave Harvest. The only thing though, and this is just true of Vex in general, but really of the whole game, any action skill build is like nerfed by the animation. Does anybody notice that? You just kind of, the animations in this game are just weird. Like they don't flow properly. Enemies are super quick. All the enemies are teleporting everywhere, and they're just like moving really fast, and that's fine, but when you're like sitting there like snapping your fingers for 5 seconds, or when you go command this guy, for instance, this guy is almost unusable because everything he does, like I wanted to initially make a build around this, and I'm still trying to get the what is it called? It's Kindred Spirit. That's what it's called. Yeah, I'm still trying to get Kindred Spirit so I can make a double trouble build, and just have a bunch of these guys running around and constantly throwing knives everywhere. And I admit, like you can have constant uptime with this, just because Trouble throws the knives, and then instantly you start recharging this. You don't have to wait for the duration to run down or something like that if you were using like Beast Mode, for example. Anyway, but the animations, like when you're commanding Trouble, you're just like doing this big animation, and just seriously, like the animations in this game are just fucking retarded. So another idea I had, that was kind of cucked by the animations, was I wanted to use Heart Piercer and just throw a bunch of shit everywhere. And you can still, do that, but again, the animations, like you might as well just be shooting your gun. Like everything in this game is just like shoot your gun. And they know that because in the specializations you're doing like, oh look, action skill, or it benefits from gun damage, or melee benefits from gun damage. Like they understand that like your guns are just fucking cracked in this build, and basically when you're playing through the campaign, like before you're level 50, you can't make another build. You can't just like do anything interesting. Even though all of the foundations are there, you have to use your gun because just guns are fucking busted. Anyway, enough of that. Let me show this build. So something you're gonna run into is ammo, obviously. Obviously, when you're firing an SMG really fast, you're gonna run into ammo problems. So every now and then, swap to your pistol, your kinetic pistol or whatever, just so you can get the reload speed. But yeah, so let's pop this, and drop it. Yeah, so we can see we made like 3 of them, just right there. You can already see. I'm just doing some gimmick. Like, I'm not like bleeding him instantly. I'm not like one-shotting him. And I'm already being punished for that. By the way, I should say this is hard mode. Isn't it? Well, yeah, the ultimate Vault Hunters are always hard mode. But anyway. Yeah, I just got the UVH1. I pretty much just finished the story. Yeah, it's again, it's not like the most insane build, and obviously it's not even done yet. Like, I'm not done with this build yet. And if I can hit a shot, my mouse is plugged in right now, by the way. Next build video, I'm actually going to have a wireless mouse that I can use. And yeah, these like little status effect things, they just don't. It's really hard to do status effect in this game. Like you have bleed and you have basically nothing else. Yeah, I hope somebody adds on to this. Maybe I'll show a boss kill. But otherwise, yeah, this is a pretty standard build. If you want to take a break from one-shotting everything with bleed or whatever, try this out. It's pretty fun.